Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Talkin Kop. It's Sunday night, and that means the three boys get a go at the purse strings. You will notice Emma has dressed as Michael Edwards because he's fucking mental. It made me laugh so fucking much when he came on screen. Keith has just turned up with his pint of milk, and Seany just come on and went, "What the fuck is he at? What's he at?" So we're gonna play purse strings. It's Seany, it's Keith, it's Emma. Following on from a couple
Paraphrasing
of
there as well, by the way, Gav.
paraphrasing. Yeah, that's not a direct
Only
quote.
for the
Yeah,
only for the good of the parish, I'd imagine.
yeah. Only for the general mental health of the parish. I've paraphrased there. But a few of us have done this during the week. It's been a bit of crack. Loads of different fucking views and stuff like that. So I've let the boys on Sunday night have a go. Everybody knows how it works by now. If you haven't watched during the week, if you're not a member and you haven't seen it, you've probably listened to it. But I have a full list of Liverpool squad. Then I have some fringe players and players that are out on loan, which we'll get to later. Everybody starts with a £350,000 wage buffer due to Matip and Thiago leaving the squad in this summer. So that's the buffer you start with. You can get rid of whoever you want. You can bring in whoever you want. But we try keep it to where it's, possibly workable. Or you could say, fuck it, no, this is what I do because I'm a bit mental. I'm looking at you, Keith. So, Seany, I'm going to get straight into it because we've a fair bit to get through. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to get your idea on the goalkeepers, then Keith's, then Emmet's, and then I'll come back and see who you want to bring in if you want to bring anybody in. So, Seany, 3 goalkeepers at the club. Alisson, Kelleher, Adrian. I will let you know Adrian has been offered a contract by the club, so that looks like he will be there. But Alisson, Kelleher, Adrian, where are you going with the goalkeepers to kick us off?
Yeah, I'd like to keep Kelleher, but I think it's time for him to go. I think it makes sense for a player and club to depart, so he'd be the only one I'm getting rid of.
Okay, so Kelleher's out.
I'm gonna keep it short in that aspect because I know fucking there's 3 of us to get through here. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
okay.
Kelleher goes.
Okay, so have you got a price in your head for Kelleher, just by any chance?
Yeah, I think 20 million pound. I think is what we get for him.
£20 million. Okay, so you're going with Kelleher out for the reason he wants out, and the club will agree to that. Keith, are you any different to that?
Exact same, Gav. Kelleher, for the exact same reason. I don't think if a player who's broken into play first team football and he feels at the age he has to go, I think it's only right that we would sell him, even though we would love to keep him. It's right to let him move on and get first team football somewhere. And I have 20 million out down as well, £20 million. We also have a 25% sell on clause in that as well.
Okay.
Just because I think that the guys who've come back, I think will be shrewd with their outs. I know it's not Michael Edwards that's running the show, but they're calling him Michael Edwards, so I think that will be. I've done a few bumper prizes on my lads. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, a couple of people there said maybe Adrian might turn that contract down. As of now, he's offered a contract.
Yeah, right? No, I think he'd be nearly like a coach. He'd be.
Well, like, look, he may turn it down. He may turn it down. We may be looking for a third keeper as well. But as of now, we're going on kind of what's happening now, right? Emma, are you any different to the lads?
No, but there's a couple of stipulations. So Adrian's wages is getting cut in half from 60 grand to 30 grand.
Okay.
It'd be the highest paid goalkeeper coach in the world.
Can I hear, Gav? I'm just going to say something here, right? And I've loved the show idea, and it's the first time I've actually wanted to jump on. Will they give it over with these fucking spy-ons and sell-on fucking things? It doesn't make a fucking difference whether you buy them or sell them on or bring them back. Are you getting rid of the cunt? Yes or no? Stipulations, bollocks.
Yeah, but he's.
I think you could get more for them.
Well, mine feeds into why I'm getting a replacement. So.
Yeah, so Emmet's just cutting. He's getting his 350 up to 380.
Adrian is going in half, right? And if he doesn't want it, we'll get somebody else in for 30 grand.
Okay.
We have a buyback option on Kelleher.
How much are you selling him
for? I'm selling him for 20.
Okay.
The buyback will be at 30 to 35 in 2 years' time, or if Alisson decides to leave.
Okay. Right. Fair enough.
Right? And
who's agreeing to that deal?
For that reason, listen, I'm the boss here. For that reason,
someone said you don't need to get changed for work in the morning.
So for that reason, I only want a 10% sell-on clause.
Sound like a Dragon's Den here. What is going on?
Okay. So you're selling for 20 million with a buyback of 30 to 35.
in 2 years or when Alisson decides to leave.
Right.
Oh yeah, here, hold on. Give
No,
us
he's not
20
going to. He's
million
not
by
going to
him, yeah,
decide
and
to
when our
leave in
keeper goes,
November.
we're taking
We're
him back.
taking
Are you
him back.
kidding, please? No.
Yeah.
Why are you going into these meetings? Are you going into these meetings with a double barrel shotgun?
Well, he
You're not
might be. He might be.
Like
That's
a
his.
Guy
Hold on.
Ritchie blade
That's the way he
negotiation.
wants to do it. That's the way he wants to do it. So you want a 30 to 35 million buyback on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. No problem.
Right.
Seany, Kelleher's out for 20 million. Who are you bringing in?
I'm gonna.
Oh, just to let you know, Kelleher leaving only takes 10 grand off your
Yeah.
deal as well.
So I'm gonna just. Yeah, I'm vehemently against bringing in players from the team you come from, but I'll be just taking the fire keeper that we've already been linked with.
Below.
Justin Boylow. For the simple reason that if that was to happen to Alisson, he's assistant keeper who's played on that slot for the last few years, and it just makes sense. And
Okay.
that's just holding in my head that Alisson might be more available this year than previous years. That's more hope and our hope. But yeah, I'd be just bringing in the lad from Fire because we've already been linked to him. And
How much is he costing, Seany?
the price it's on transfer market for 13 million euro. So
10 million pounds.
Yeah. We'll go 13 million pounds just because you're taking that first choice keeper. You know.
And
what I mean?
wages wise, is he on big money?
I look, he's playing in Eredivisie, so I don't know. I'd say he's probably, if he's clearing 20 grand a week, he's lucky. So I think you'll probably bring him in at 40 grand a week.
40k. Okay, that's cool. No problem. Keith, what are you doing?
I'm trying to hijack a deal that's due to go through. Martin van der Voort of Genk is going to Leipzig in the summer. It was agreed last year for 10 million euros. I've watched this young fella for a few years. He's only 22. He was on the bench against us in 2019 and he was being talked up as the best young keeper in Europe. So I've sort of watched him from afar. I would offer, so he's 10 million euros agreed to Leipzig. I go to Leipzig in the summer, I'd offer him 18 million for him. And I would give him.
So hold on, when he goes to Leipzig, you're buying him straight away.
I'm asking Leipzig, look, flip him, fuck it.
Can you flip him?
Of course you can. You can do what you want, especially in this game because there's no rules. So you can do what
yeah,
you want.
I'm not too sure you can.
You can, yeah, no, you can. You can do that. He hasn't played for them, so they could just sell him. Belo's on about 57 grand a week.
What?
Jeez, he's on big money, that keeper.
Oh, well, we'll have to up that, right?
So yeah, if we can't get him, right? So if we can't get him, I'm going for Guillaume Restes, and he is an 18-year-old keeper off Toulouse. He played against us in the Europa League. He's a good keeper. He's a young keeper. He's very highly rated. He's played all season as number one for Toulouse. And
so, which one are you going for, Keith?
I'm going for Van der Voort, but if you can't get him, Restes.
How many? I can't put in. I'm not putting a fucking. This isn't the big shop here. I'm going
to take Restes because he's more reasonable, right?
Well, then just tell me Restes.
Van der Voort is the one I would have gone with, but Restes.
How much you signing Restes for?
Yes. So I'm putting him in. He's on transfer market for about 8 million, so I'm putting him £15 million bid in.
15 million. Okay, and how much are you giving him a week?
So he's on 10 grand a week currently, and I'm offering him 35.
35k. Perfect.
Right, so that's the Jerry Cardinal. He owns them, doesn't he, Toulouse? So I'm looking for a little bit of a blade and little side job there. The same way Ineos won't sell Kevin Turan to you. I'm looking for a little bit of a
because they're pulling out in these. Anyway, Emmet.
So that's my keeper.
Fair, perfect. Restes. I'm up in Seany's 40 to 60, just to be on the safe
go
side.
ahead, yeah.
He doesn't give a bollocks. Emma, who are you bringing as a goalkeeper?
Well, taking into consideration that Kelleher will be coming back in 2 years, if Alisson decides to leave, there's no point in going out.
Adrian, just go with Adrian.
So, no, I'm going to... I'm going to bring in Jan Sommer from Inter Milan.
Okay.
So, I did look at the Bento lad, but he seems to be joining Inter. Right. So that means that'll free up Jan Sommer. He played 43 games last season and had 25 clean sheets.
Right.
So he's an inexperienced goalkeeper, and you'll get him for 5 million.
5 million. And how much wages?
He's on 55 at the moment, but I'm going to up that to 70.
70 grand for your backup keeper.
But he's only paying 5 million for him.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. All right. So as we stand then, Seany went from 350 grand to 360. Then he came down to 300k because he's given 60k to thing. But he is on plus 7 million. He's 7 million up. All right. Keith, you went from 350 to 360 and now you're down to 325. And you have plus 5 million. Okay. And Emmet, you've gone from 350 to 360. You're down to 290.
Now,
Okay.
I took 30 back
Oh
off
yeah.
Adrian.
See, and then you took 30 off Adrian, so you're up to 320, and you are plus 15 million. All
And
right.
he has a credit union loan as well.
He's a credit union loan. He's an option to bring that car back after 2 years if he doesn't like
From
it.
Anglo-Irish.
It's on higher purchase.
And he's got his
I don't know what a tracker mortgage is.
he's got his Dunn's vouchers extended from next Saturday to the Saturday after.
I genuinely hope that Jade, your missus, doesn't walk in on you here because it's going to be all sorts of questions asked.
She dressed him.
She told
He's
the
holding the
joy.
camera. Hurry up and get off that show. You're getting dragged into bed there.
Stop.
I tell you, everybody should try and wear a short and tie with a pair of tracksuit bottoms. It's fucking lovely.
Anyway, right. Look at this.
What a prick.
Oh, stop. This is going fucking... I don't know if this is going really well or fucking badly wrong. Right, on to the defenders, right? Arsenal for Life says you can have Ramsdale. You're all right, but don't worry about it. On to the defenders. So, Seany, I'm just going to give you the list of defenders, right? First question, though. Across you all, just so I can mark it. Trent is extending. If he extends, I'll take 100 grand off your budget. Are we all okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's 100k off for Trent. Right, Seany, I'm just going to call them out. Tell me if you're keeping them or not keeping them. All right. Trent obviously is a yes. Bradley.
Yeah.
Okay. Gomez.
Yeah.
Okay. Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Kanate.
Yeah.
Tsimikas.
No.
No.
Gone.
Okay. Robertson.
Keep.
Kept. Okay. Just to let you know, if you're extending Van Dijk, I'm allowing you to extend them on the same term, so you don't have to worry about that, right? Okay, that's cool, Sean. You're going with Tsimikas out. Keith, Trent.
Yeah, move on. Yeah, same, exact same.
All the same.
Tsimikas out the gap. Everyone else
Tsimikas
stays.
out the gap.
Few caveats, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Emma.
Exactly the same, but Kanate is lucky to survive.
Okay. Exactly the same, but Kanate is lucky. I'll write that down. Lucky to survive.
That was my caveat, Emmet.
Let's send it on.
Yeah,
Right, Seany.
He wasn't going to sell him. He was just going to blow his head off.
Yeah.
So, Seany, on to you. So, Tsimikas, right? I think he was around. We had around 12 million for Tsimikas if he was gone.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you can go higher than that if you want because it's your prerogative.
No. I think we'd be happy to point a coin and recoup what we got from him, I'd say. So that's what I'll go with.
Okay, so that gives you 12 million in, and it also takes 50 grand out of your wage budget. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you? I presume you want to bring in a defender.
Yeah. So I'm going with the idea that it's gonna play out the way it did last year, and that in Robertson's absence, Joe Gomez kind of plays there. So what I'm gonna do is then I'm going to sign an auxiliary centre back, left back. That's I think future proofing. I think it'll be a great addition. He's up on transfer market for 30 million. I think he's going to cost a little bit more. I'd say you're going to have to pay around 45 million for him. I'm going to take Jarell Hatto of Ajax. Very, very highly rated centre back. Watched him a few times. Unbelievable. He's only 18. Played over 30 games in the Eredivisie this year for Ajax. Although a struggling Ajax side, he was the massive standout. He looks to have absolutely every attribute you need as a centre back. Really, really good on the ball, and he's also featured at left back for the Dutch under 21s and for Ajax at parts. So I think
Jarell Hatto.
Yeah, and he's a left side. He's a more left-sided centre back. So I think he'd be perfect to bring in under Van Dijk there, just to learn from Virgil. with eventually looking down the line for him to be Virgil's replacement in that left-sided centre back. That's who I go with. And he's got. I'd say you're gonna have to pay north of probably £40 million for him.
So we put 45 on it. Wages wise,
again, 18-year-old at Ajax. I think he's not going to be considering. Anthony was on 20 grand there, and he was their star man. I'd say you're bringing him in, probably putting him on 50, 60 grand a week.
Okay, we go 60 just to be on the safe side. I know one of the lads will check that anyway.
He currently earns €19,600 a week.
Yeah, so you're probably tripling his wages, doubling or tripling his wages.
60k you're happy with? You're comfortable with that?
Yeah,
good shout, new name as well.
He reminds me of Saliba. Like, I think he's very, very similar to Saliba. He's brilliant on the ball.
You love Saliba.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Yeah. So I think it'd be nice to be at the front of that queue. And if it wasn't him, it was gonna be Costello Lukabe from
that's who we have.
But I think I'd rather go with this Hato lad and just kind of bleed him in over the next few years, because I think he looks like he has pedigree to be a top class centre.
So your idea is then, if you bring him in, you're bleeding him in and you're future proofing a little bit on that left hand side.
Yeah,
full back at a push, but that means then that Joe Gomez is becoming your utility at left.
Yeah, Gomez is auxiliary. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just look, I'll in terms of the lads staying. Obviously, I understand people concerned with Kanate, but I'm with you that if we can get 20 league games out of Kanate, then that's more than enough to keep it going, because Kwanzaa's been a revelation, and we can't be using the rhetoric for the whole season that Kwanzaa's going to save us 80 million. Without the emergence of Kwanzaa, we're probably bringing in 2 centre-backs this window, but Kwanzaa's come through now, and I think he's more than earned his right. So yeah,
and if you're buying, I suppose you're buying a Hato at 18 years of age for 45 million. Yeah, and you're willing to play him. You have to be willing to play Kwanzaa. Yeah. My only concern over Kwanzaa, and even this Hato fella, like, and I'm not saying it's a concern for a signing. I'm just saying the only concern I have with these players is that if Kanate or Gomez both went down at the same time, and you're asking these fellas to play 40 games in a row,
what I'll say to you is, though, like, 18 years of age in football is not what it used to be, really.
No,
same way
that's
that
true.
Being a 30, because there's a lot of lads coming through now playing a lot of football. Bellingham, for example, has been playing at that. And when you look at this young fella, he looks quality.
I'm going to go and have a look at him, because it's a new name to me.
Yeah.
So I like it.
That's the only reason, and I just think it'll be good for him. Okay. I think it's a good move about us.
Okay, nice. I like it. Sorry, Keith and Emmet, just quickly, are you both okay with 12 million on Simicast? Just so
we have them down as 13, so 12, 13, whatever.
Yeah, okay. So Keith, you're getting rid of Simicast, you're bringing in one defender?
Look, it's the exact same really as Seany, except for the name. I've Costello Lukabe down as my centre-back, left-footed centre-back, plays for Leipzig. He was at Lyon. I think we were linked to him when he was at Lyon, and he goes to Leipzig last summer. He looks brilliant. He's about 6 foot. He's not a big Kanate type of player, but he's fast. He doesn't play left back. He plays left centre back. But I could see a world where he could do a job for you there. Do you know what I mean? People need to get off the thing that I never played there. Well, can he play there? Because you can put people in positions and you play different ways. So he's who I've gone for now. I have him down. He's 21 years old. I have him down 45 million. Again, I think transfer market had him about 35 or 40, so I think you'd pay a bit over that. 45 million pounds. He's currently on 50 odd thousand a week, 55 I think a week in euros. Take that down a bit, and I would be offering him £75,000 a week. Because I think you're future proofing your defenders here. You're putting him in, and not that he replaces Van Dijk, but he could be a left-sided defender for years to come, so I get in there early on him. Simicast taking a lot of stick. Everybody is selling Simicast, and some people in the chat and the comments are like, why would you sell Simicast? Why would you sell Simicast? He's not an average player, but he's a limited player. He was a good backup player, but I would be promoting the younger player to be an understudy to Gomez and Robertson, so I don't see the point in keeping Simicast and his wages there. So I would be reinvesting that into the squad, into younger blood.
Yeah. Okay, 2 new names. They haven't come up this week at all. Emma, you're getting rid of Simicast at 12 million. Are you bringing in just one defender?
ish. So
What's ish?
I'm gonna explain it to you. So
Okay.
I'm gonna bring in. I'm gonna bring in.
Genuinely.
Mute him. Mute this prick, or I'm gone.
It's
But
amazing.
put a suit and
Do you know
tie,
what?
like
It's
he's
not what
literally,
Emmet's saying. Emmet's sitting there going, ish. And Shawnee's going,
It's the
for
reaction.
fuck's sake.
he's I wouldn't mind. He's at the putting on a shirt and tie, and he's literally in character. You can't make it up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring in. Sorry, and I just want to say exactly what Keith said as well on Simicast. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I do this thing, and I think I've probably said it on this before. From Anfield, I'll pick a few. I did it last week with Soboslai at the Aviva. I pick maybe 5-10 minutes where I just watch a player. Do you know what I mean? Rather than watch the game, just watch them. And Simicast I've watched a few times, and he's an absolute nightmare to play against. He's constantly pulling and dragging out you and blocking you. And so defensively wise, I think he's actually okay. But like Keith said, I think he's too close in age to Robertson to be like an understudy. So he needs to go and play football. So for that reason, I'm bringing in Premier League proven and experienced of Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. He's played
Kev had him.
33 games last year,
Yep.
28 in the Premier League. So he's got experience. If you needed to throw him in, he's experience of playing in the league. So he doesn't need to. I know he need to get used to the system and stuff like that, but he's up to speed with the Premier League. He's at 25 million or 25,000 a week at the moment.
Yeah.
At Bournemouth, and transfer, whatever the name of that place is called.
I'm just letting you know, you're not
million.
getting Kerkez on any less than 30 million.
Oh, that's what I have him for. 30 million.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and 65 on wages.
And 65k.
He's only 20. He'll be 21 in November, and he's missed 0 games through injury in his career.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's a good shout. I think it was Kev had him. One of the 4 shows we done, and he was. I think he wanted Kerkez. But whenever
He can also play left. He can also play left wing as well, which will feed into something later on. So.
Okay. Because whenever I think of him, I remember Seany saying they bought him for 18. So I was like, well, and it'll cost you 30 million. So 30 million is the price on that. So we've all gone with the Simicast thing. Seany's gone with Hato from Ajax. Keith's gone from Lekeba from Leipzig, and you've gone with Kerkez from Bournemouth. So that would sorry. Oh, here's the issue.
I'm also bringing in Hertreude from Feyenoord.
So that's not an issue. It's just 2 players.
Yeah, but he can play midfield as well as right back and centre back.
So you're bringing in Gertrude as well.
Yeah. So I watched him there the other day, a few videos on him, and I know you could probably make a YouTube video of me and sign me for 50 million. But he does the way he plays reminds me an awful lot of the way Fabinho played, just winning the ball back, breaking it down. Whether he's at right back or whether he's central defensive midfielder, like his legs are fairly long. He scores his fair share of goals as well. I think he has something like I'll tell you now. He had 14 goals and 14 assists, I think it was last season.
Gertrude?
14 goals and 14 assists.
No, sorry, nine goals and 5 assists.
Sorry, 14 altogether. Okay.
Yeah.
How much are you paying for Gertrude?
I have it down here as 35 million.
Okay.
I think you'd get much less than that.
Well, he's on a year left on his deal, yeah. I know that, but my thing on it...
So we say, what, 30?
I'd say again about 25.
I had him down at 30 million myself, because I bought him.
Put him in as 30. He's on 50 grand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give him 90.
Jesus. Okay, no problem. Right. So, you've brought in 2. So, Seany, before we got into midfielders... Sorry, before we got into defenders, you had 300k and you're up 7 million. Okay. Simicast brings you to 350, but Hato brings you back down to 290, okay? You were plus 7 before we started. Simicast gives you 12, which is plus 19, but you've gone 45, so that's minus 26, isn't it? minus 26. Minus 26 plus 19 is 45. Yeah. So Seany, you have you've net spent 26 million so far, and you're still sitting around the 290k, right? No, sorry, you 190k because we have to take off Trent.
Yeah.
Okay, so 190. So Keith, you were plus 5, and you had what did we give you that time?
You're not keeping track of all this,
No,
no?
sorry, I had it written down wrong there. Sorry. You had 350 at the start.
I got 10
360,
back for Kelleher, but I spent
360.
45 on.
Yeah, so 325, wasn't it? 325, and you're plus 15 million. Then you went down to 225 for Trent. Then you went back up to 275 for Simicast, and you had 75 on Lekeba. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that leaves you with 200k, correct?
Yeah.
And you were plus 5, plus 19 again. So you're minus 26 as well. You're around the same as Sean. He's nearly bang on. And then Emmet, you were plus 15 and 320. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I took the 100 off of you. And then on Emmet's side of things, you were plus 15 million. Now you're with Simicast, you're plus 27. Then you're down to minus 3. You're minus 33 in spend. And you had 320 to start with. 220 makes Trent. 270 up to Simicast. 205 with Kirkes. And then 90 off that. 205, which is 110. All right. So you have 110k left, and you've spent 33 million. All right. Into the midfielders. Seany, I'm going to list them. Let me know if you want to get rid of any of them. Endo, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliott, Bajcetic.
Yeah, I'm selling Gravenberch.
Oh, okay. Selling Gravenberch. Gravenberch goes out. Okay.
The reason being why is because I just haven't seen enough for him to suggest that he's going to be decent in 6, and I don't know whether he's good enough to start in the 10 ahead of the players that we're likely going to hold on to be honest with you. And I just, like, if a Klopp was still around, you're probably thinking, yeah, he has time to kind of develop him into a 6, but we actually, Arne Slot won't have time to wait around to see if this fella is going to develop into being anyway like up to scratch to play at the top level as a 6. I like Gravenberch, hasn't really hit the ground running. It's been a bit stop start for him, and then his kind of absence in the back end of the season when he was fit kind of said to me that, all right, this hasn't quite worked out, even though it's early doors. He didn't really. I don't think he pulled up any trace. So I'm being a little bit harsh on that, but I'm seeing it as an opportunity to kind of sell him and hopefully recruit what we got from, or at least most of it. So that would be my approach for the midfield.
So what? Just quickly then, what are you looking to sell him for?
I take 30 million for him. We paid 35 million for him.
30 million. Okay.
Somewhere in Italy or something. Hopefully,
And what wages did? Any idea on what Gravenberch is on?
I don't know. I'd say he was on.
We can come back to it. One of you have a look at it. One of you have a look.
He would have been on 150 a week.
Yeah.
You're joking me.
That's what I have here, yeah.
Okay.
Jeez. He's definitely gone then. Don't need any of that spiel. Yeah,
150, 150 a week, yeah.
Okay, perfect. That keeps all of them. That's fine. Keith. Endo, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch.
I'm selling Endo. I love Endo, but I'm using the sort of metric that Michael Edwards is in, and older players that don't have a value are being moved on. So I'm moving him out. I have him valued at 15 million, and I think that's probably fair.
And what type is he? What sort of money is he on?
He's on 50 grand a week.
50k. Okay, no problem. Actually confirms there 150 grand on Gravenberch. Okay. And Emmet, Endo, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliott, Bajcetic.
I'm selling Endo too.
Okay. No problem.
For similar reasons to Keith. I really like him as well, but I think he might be too old for the squad.
Okay, 15 million and 50k as well. Okay, back to you, Sean. You're selling Gravenberch. You're trying to get 30 million, but the 150 grand is really piqued your interest. So
Yeah, do you know what? The 150 grand will probably make it a little bit difficult to move him on, but seeing as Emmett's wearing a suit and tie and talking about semantics, I don't give a bollocks on getting rid of him.
yeah, you can do what you like.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm genuinely
you're sitting there in a
gobsmacked.
t-shirt and suit trousers, so you can do what you fucking like. You know what I mean?
I haven't
I'll
even got any job.
sell him to Bournemouth for 90 million.
Yeah.
So, Shawnee,
Yeah,
you're bringing. I'm presuming you're bringing a midfielder in.
Yeah. I'm going big. I'm going really big. I'm breaking the club's transfer records on a midfield player, and
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I've seen a few articles this week. One in the Athletic saying that Liverpool aren't afraid to kind of dip in if they see someone as a game changer.
Can I guess? Can I guess who you're going to say?
Yeah, go on.
Valverde off Real Madrid.
No. So based on that and the fact that we went heavy on Soicedo last year, we showed that we were willing to do it. I'm going to Benfica and I'm saying, here's the 120 million euros you want, and we'll have João Neves. Thanks very much, and I'll be bringing him in. And
120 million.
Yeah, that's his buyout clause.
Buyout.
But that's euros, is it?
120 million euros. Yeah.
So 100 million pounds.
Not joking, yeah. I don't even have to go into it. Just have a look at him.
Yeah,
he's a joke. He does everything. Tucks his jersey and all in like Rodri. Fella's a joke. He just runs around breaking everyone up, and he's unbelievable on the ball. You'll see him at the Euros. It will absolutely. I would not. There be clubs queuing up for him after this Euros to bring him in. The way they all talk about him, and I think it's a transformative sign, and I think it's the best number 6 that money can buy at the moment, and I think that's exactly what we should be doing.
It's interesting. It's interesting going on that route, because we were talking about the other day saying, number 6 is like when we talk about strikers or we talk about centre halves and the shortage of them. Maybe it's not a shortage, just teams don't need the money as much, so they're much more coming.
And again,
but the 6th one is an interesting one as well, like for players.
Yeah. But the thing is, like again, he's young, but he doesn't play like it. He's unbelievable. Honestly, just have a look. If you haven't looked into him, have a look at him. And seeing the thing Rui Costa talking about the players and the money Benfica made down the years selling players, he turns around and he says, "This lad, by far and away, is the best we've produced." From Benfica. He's saying since Eusebio. He's going back as that far. He's saying like that he wished there was a climate where Benfica were able to hang on to him and build around him and probably could bring him. But he's honestly unbelievable. And I looking at what the club tried to do with last year, and the thing that they're saying that they would splash out on a game changer. I feel that's exactly what he is, and that's what I'd be doing. Because listen, if I'm director of football, it's about time, in my opinion. Liverpool are going and taking the best young players in the world and bringing them in. And the thing is, again, as well, if it works out and he's ripping up the script, he's a Portuguese lad, you're more likely going to have Barca, Real knocking your door down in a few years, and you're going to make bank on him. So bringing him in, you're probably putting him on, I'd say, 90 grand a week.
He's only on 16,000 a week at the moment.
Yeah,
or 18,000 euros.
Yeah. I just think with the interest that's going to be in him, you're gonna have to pay him. You're gonna have to pay him handsomely. So that's who I'd be going for. Yeah, I'd be keeping the rest of the midfielders and just bringing in João Neves. And if it wasn't him, it would have been someone like a João Gomez from Wolves, who I think is a really
That's a new name in again this week. Kieran B says, "Oh, nice." Kev O'Sullivan says, "Very nice." Anthony Boylan says, "Sorry, I can't be going anywhere near that." It's not your own money, Anthony. It's cool. Kev says, £95 million. The kid will be the best 6 in the game, in his opinion. He's that good, in his opinion, as well. That's a new one on me, says O'Shane, but I wouldn't be against it if the talent is there. Anthony is not having it. He says, there could be the same fella in South America for a third of that price, same age and potential. Well, if he is in South America, someone's seen him and probably is going to sign him because everyone's all over
Yeah.
America.
I
At the
think
minute.
Anthony missed a part with this show. Was completely hypothetical as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
can't
Like
be
Shawnee's not revoluting anyone money. Like it's
no.
it's what he would do. And
Maybe we
look,
should.
Anthony's well within his rights not to agree with you. Like loads of people have not agreed with everyone this week. You know what I mean? That's what Shawnee that's what Shawnee is going for. Kev says that field is very limited amount of clubs that can actually buy him when you look at the financial way of, I suppose, certain clubs are in. Big hitters as well. Let me see. Right. Is that the only one you're bringing in, Shawnee? I'm presuming it is.
Yeah, he's the only midfield.
Sound. Keith, you're getting rid of Endo, 50 grand a week, 15 million fee.
Yeah.
What are you doing in midfield?
So I'm bringing in the South American six that Anthony was looking for, but he plays for Porto now. I'm bringing in Alan Varela from Porto, Argentinian.
Some
Was
say
at
he's
Boca
too small.
Juniors. He is small, don't care.
Okay.
He's small. I couldn't give a shit. He is quality. He's a little dog in midfield. I'm paying 42 million for him. Just the two, just to annoy you, Gav. I have him down as 40. We're going to throw two in just to annoy you on maths.
So hold on, say you're paying how much?
40 million.
40 million pounds.
Yeah.
And how much are you giving him a week?
He's on 14,000 a week at the moment, so I have him down for 40.
40k a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing a second midfielder?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you were throwing in two just to annoy me.
No, the 2 million. I have him down as 42 million because I know you don't like fucking adding.
No, I'll do it for 40, Keith. We'll work it
40.
out. We can work it out. All right, fair enough. A little bit cheaper than Shawnee's. Splits opinion that Varela
Good
fella
point
out.
on Seany, but Seany's a great point because people in the chat saying, "Oh, Liverpool wouldn't pay with Liverpool." They were going to pay for Caicedo, so why wouldn't they pay for Neves? Like
But can I ask you something?
There if you want to do it.
Do they do any signings after we don't get Caicedo? Do we make any signings after that?
Endo and Gravenberg as well.
We do those signings afterwards.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I just couldn't remember the timeline. Right, grand. That's good enough for me. Emmet's going to come up with some mad fucking formula here. Endo's going for you as well. Who are you signing, Emmet?
I'm bringing in Manuel Ugarte from PSG.
Okay.
So he's a little bit out of favour with them, but he's still an excellent player. So I think that's the type of player. I think Endo's that type of player, but probably not as... doesn't get around as much as Ugarte gets around. You don't want him going anywhere. I'd probably be looking to play Hertruida beside him in the two, whereas Hertruida would be the more kind of progressive player. Ugarte wouldn't move at all. This is all from me looking at videos. I know you're looking a bit shocked there, Keith. Ugarte is in like the top 99 percentile for interceptions. 99 percentile for tackles. He has a 91% pass completion rate, and he gets around. Somebody mentioned Mascherano. I think he's very like Mascherano, and he is. Well, he's not small. He's 5'10". I think he is.
Is he not 6 foot? I thought Ugarte was around.
No, I thought he was 5'10" according to this. Let me see. It's in that fucking 1 point something meters, whatever. 1.82, whatever that is. Bollocks. Like I said, he's out of favour. He's on a transfer thing as 45 million euro. I'm not sure. I'd say you're probably gonna have to go to 50 million
6 foot.
Is he 6 foot?
6 foot.
Yeah.
There you go.
£50 million for Ugarte. How much are you putting him on? Because I wouldn't say he's on.
He's on 100 grand a week at the moment, so he's getting 140.
140k. Okay.
You'll find that most people we're signing are getting 40,000 on top because it really only means 20. So
right, yeah, okay. So we have João Neves, we have Varela, and we have Ugarte. 3 new names across this week. I don't think them names have been mentioned. Shawnee, that sits you on a net spend of 86 million at the moment, but 250k still left on your buffer by some fucking miracle. And I'll probably have that wrong, and someone will point it out I've done it wrong. Keith, by my reckoning, you have a 51 million pound net spent, and you have 210k of your buffer left. Now, Emma, you had 110k left, then it went to 160, and now it's gone to 20k net spend left. You had spent 33, that brought you down to 18 with the Endo sale, but you're 68 million. Okay, so far. Into the
Can I
forwards.
just say, before we move on, Emmet now has Liverpool with a midfield double pivot of Ugarte, who has a shy hemorrhage when the ball is at his feet, and a defender in here, Troide, playing alongside him. Where the
Yeah,
fuck is McAllister not playing in this team?
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
is this
he's
just to
playing there
shore up
too.
our defensive issues by just
Yeah,
lumping
yeah.
defenders into mid? Well, look, it's progressive, all right. But
Yeah.
But
look
you've
at that.
also got by Chetic as well that can come in there.
Yeah. Kevin Sullivan saying, Gav, you brought in Ugarte too. No, I didn't. I brought in Kefram Turan. That was my signing
Yeah.
for the midfield. I didn't bring in Ugarte. Didn't even know who he
Someone
played for.
did. Someone brought Ugarte in. Did Ma or
No, I
someone?
don't think
I didn't
Ugarte's
match
been touched this week. But I could be wrong. Maybe it was Matt or actually I'm not too sure. It was Matt. He says. So into the forwards. Let me name them. Seany, Jota, Nunez, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. Keeping who you selling? Is there one you're selling?
Yeah, Diaz goes.
Diaz goes. Okay.
Yeah,
That's been
because he's wrecking me head, and I'm sick of his outlet. And his outlet going on about Barcelona. So go.
you could
That's
just
the number
imagine
one.
Michael Edwards going, couldn't you, down to Diaz going, listen, we're selling you. Why? Your dad is wrecking your head.
Yeah, and I do think he'll go because there's loads of it. The Barcelona president now coming out saying that they're looking for a left winger, and there's just loads of smoke around it, despite everyone saying, "Oh, he's happy here, this, that, and the other." Look, his outlet has been bleeding, feathering an S now for a while there. So yeah, I'd be getting rid of Diaz. I'd just be getting rid of him. To be
Okay,
honest, I
so
think.
just to let you know on Diaz, we had
And
70 million, sorry,
yeah,
70 million is being the touted fee. He's actually only on £56,000 a week at Liverpool. Right,
yeah, no, that doesn't.
but
Yeah,
I'm not messing around. I'm just going to put down 60k, right?
yeah,
Because I'm not doing
and
56s.
I've known all week. I've been down the show, so I've been kind of thinking to myself as well a little bit. Would I get rid of Nunez? But no, I'm not going to be ruthless on Nunez because if we're being fair, is there's marked a marked what's
Improvement.
the word I could say, like improvement in his output compared to the first year. I know Slot's system relies on a number 9 who's able to hold the ball and bring players into play. We've seen him down there a little bit, but I'd be giving him the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully Slot can get a tune out of him because you've seen exactly what Bielsa is kind of doing him at Uruguay, where he's like, look, you're not involved in any of the build up here. You just stand in between them two sticks, and when the ball comes into you, put in the net. He scored a hat trick the other night, and with a combined yardage save about 6 yards. So that's a good thing.
Yep.
I think that's probably what Slot might look to do with him, and probably look at way more creative wide players to fun, and then obviously the 10 behind maybe does play the 4-2-3-1. So like I'm not gonna say he's just barely surviving because I'm not a threat to the fella's life like Emma suggested, but he's definitely in the shit I got off the pot uh, stage of his Liverpool career for me. So yeah, well, he hangs on, but Diaz goes.
Okay, 70 million and 60k. Perfect. Emma, are you any different to that?
No, Diaz. Sorry, I'm charging. I'm going to go to Keith. Yeah, no, Diaz goes. I like Diaz, but he's getting a little bit. He's what, 27? Is he 27, 28 now?
Yeah. Now, Anthony Boylan says
Um,
reports today, and he doesn't know how reliable they are, is that Diaz wants a new deal. And Bonkers is saying Barca are willing to offer Rafinha plus cash for Diaz. But it could be, Anthony says, look, it could be just classic angling over contracts and stuff like that.
I think he goes because look at what we were like with and I know he's not as important to us as Salah was, but we can do, like, there's a new manager coming in. He could do without all the noise of Barca this and Barca that, and we know what way the Spanish clubs are about when they want players. They just start putting stories out all over the place. So just pull the trigger now. Let him go. Thanks very much. Take it with you.
Okay. Keithy, any different to that?
No, it's Diaz for me as well, and similar really to Seany, just to get the outflow because he's doing my fucking head in as well. Him and Conor McGregor's dad are going to be bleeding on doing ads like or in a band like Keith fucking Duffy and your man Brian McFadden in a few years. They'll be on the celebrity
Boy's
scene.
life.
Yeah, so in all seriousness, Diaz is a good player. He's been our best attacking player really this season, in my opinion. He's been the one that's tried to do it, but it's the age again. I'm trying to look at it from an age point of view. It's the noise that Shawnee mentioned with the angling for moves and the that sort of looking to say this, that. I hate that with footballers. And I think he's the one I would move on. Again, I had him down 65 million, but 70 works as well. I'll take 70 for him. It's not that I think he's bad or like it just he's the one that I think you'd make the most sense. I thought about selling all of them except for Gakpo was probably the only one I didn't for different reasons. I think Jota's injury record is a concern. Salah, are we going to get Salah gone? I would don't know. And similar with Nunes or Shawnee, I'd give him another crack because I think his ceiling is really high. If we can just start to see it, he's worth so much more and what would we replace him with. So I landed on Diaz as well. 50,000 off the wage bill. Not
60.
much, but 60,000, sorry, off
Yeah.
the wage bill. And then 65, 70 million in readies. I take that all day long.
Okay.
But yeah, you said it there, Keith. We've got like Gakpo can play left. You've got Nunes can play out left, and then
Yeah.
I've got Kirkes that can bomb on as well. So
Okay. So you're all doing Diaz. Shawnee, who are you bringing in a forward?
Yeah. So kind of been toying with one or two, and it was Mbembo or Kudus, but I said, no, you know what, fuck it, we go balls on the table again, and we just go to West Ham and pay his release clause because I think it's 85 million euro. I think,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I just see so much Sadio Mane in Kudus. I actually think he's probably maybe even technically a little bit better in terms of his link up play and stuff like that. I think you're killing boards with multiple boards with one stone because he can play across pretty much the front three. He can play out left, he can play through the middle, and he can play on the right. And that's exactly what I do. I was looking as well at that Bakayoko lad from PSV, who looks to be ready made. But for me, I'd be bringing in Mo Kudus because I think he's absolutely electric and made to kick on. And I've seen him playing in the flesh at Anfield against Liverpool, and he was monster as well. He was really, really good, very impressive. So yeah, he would be one I'm definitely looking to bring in.
So I had him as well the other night at 85 million and 130 grand a week. So are you
Yeah.
comfortable with that, or did you think any
Yeah,
different?
yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Keith, Diaz is out. Are you bringing one in?
I'm bringing one in, but I'm going money balling again here. I'm replacing the 27-year-old and I'm bringing in a 21-year-old, an Argentinian called Matthias Sule. I don't know if anyone knows him. He plays for Juventus, but he's been on loan at Frosinone this season and he's been fucking excellent. I think he's gettable for about 25 million and he's only on 10 grand a week, so we'd be offering him 40 grand to come to us. So I was looking at Jimmy Somerville. I like him, but I don't know, I'm a bit weary. I watched him in that playoff final. I don't know you can judge it on that, but he was fucking terrible in that. So he's after giving me the ick. So I'm sort of backed off him a bit. There was a few others. I could see Liverpool doing something where they are going to bring in other younger players. See, they're linked with this Osorio, the Chilean lad off Midtjylland. They're being linked with your man Mente. That was that final who plays for Newcastle. They seem to be linked with these younger wingers. And I could see us doing something like that because I wouldn't move anyone else on. So I think for me, I'd go Matthias Sule. Juventus on loan at Frosinone to be the one I'd be going for.
How much?
I've 25 million, Gav.
Okay, and how much are you giving him a week?
40 grand. He's on 10, so I'd offer him 40.
Okay, no worries. There's a new name for you all going. Look, me included. Never heard of him. The only Sule I knew was centre half there. Played for someone a while back.
Omar Soleil off
No,
Salzburg.
the big German lad Sule.
Nick
Is
Sule. See the size of him these days, playing bigger than me. Big gut on him.
he needs to stand up in pubs waiting for the right songs to come on.
He
Keith,
does.
move
Waiting
on.
for the moment. Waiting for the right
that's it.
moment to sing.
Emmet, you're
Yeah,
going to
all the names were mentioned. So there was three I was looking at: Kudus, Sole, and Bakayoko.
Right.
So, and I'm going with Bakayoko.
Okay.
He's young, 21. Only missed one game in his whole career through injury, and he won't have to go to any African nations either. And I know that's in the summer, the next one, but also a pain in me bollocks in January talking about African nations and who we're going to play there because this fella's going to the African nations. Kudus is unbelievable. I saw him live as well for Ajax against us. He actually scored in the Champions League against an unbelievable goal.
That's the game I was at,
yeah. I've opted for Bakayoko. I just think he's a left-footed right winger. That's where he's playing at the moment. That's what we have at the moment. So I'm going to put him in there as heir to the throne for Salah, who'll leave on a free next year. But he's also decent on his right foot as well, whereas Salah's right foot is just for putting out smokes. So
Okay.
he's on 14 grand a week.
Yeah.
I'm giving him 55.
Yeah.
And I get him for 50 million.
£50 million.
Probably less. But
Okay.
23 at getting for.
I think that Noosa lad as well is one to keep an eye on. The lad from Bruges. I know he nearly went to Spurs in the summer. I know he's had having a bad injury, and the one I would have went who I was going hard for originally, but the focus had to do on his ACL is Rooney Badgie of Copenhagen.
Swedish young fella, the Swedish kid.
He was one who I would have looked with Moneyball, but I don't know. I think Liverpool might go back, tried and tested now. That's what I think they're going to do.
It feels like when you're moneyballing, right, and you know, Liverpool always seem to get this moneyball thing thrown at them because it's their own fucking fault. They were the ones that mentioned it going back years ago, right? But everyone does it. Everyone brings in people, and you know, like Man City have done it massively by bringing players in and going boom, 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 here, there, we're selling you for 20 million here, 30 million there, and that's what happens, right? But the moneyball thing is, I think, is when you're going right. I'm fucking delighted with me 2 centre midfielders, but I'm going to buy this fella for 25 million. And I can just develop him over 2 years. And even if he's okay with us. So we get 35, 40, 45. The areas we're looking at here, like if you go through it, there's a bit of left back, there's a bit of DM, there's a real attacker. It's hard, I think, sometimes to money ball in them because they're actually signings, like a Kudos signing, right? The reason I would go for him over, say, a Moneyball signing is he's someone you need to be absolutely on it now if you're signing him for 4 or 5 years. It's not someone where you go, he comes in at 30, we might get 60 for him down the road. Do you know what I mean? If he comes in at 30 and he's worth 60 or 70 or doubles his money or more, do you know what I mean? He's not a Moneyball sign anymore. He's a player you want to fucking keep for 1, 2, possibly 3 contracts. So the Moneyball stuff is when you're really comfortable in what you have in a position and you just drop something in there and he you know, one might develop and you make money there. But it's interesting because Seany, you've ended up, and we get into the fringe stuff now really quickly. Seany, you've ended up with 190k of your 350k left, and you've spent 101 million in net, if I have that right. Keith, I have you on a 6 million net spent.
Wonderful.
Right? And 200.
Oh, there's more to come from this, by the way.
So yeah, I know, and 230k. Okay.
Moneyball all the way.
Emmet, you've ended up with £52 million net spent, if I'm right, and 25k left of your 350k. So, Seany, I'm going to run through some names. If you're keeping them or loaning them, great. If you want to sell them, tell me and I'll add them in to your bit at the end, right? So Seany on 101 million and 90k, 190k left, right? Here's the names: Dan's,
Keep.
Clark,
Loan.
McConnell.
Loan.
Doak.
Loan.
Scanlon.
Loan.
Beck.
Keep.
Ramsey has gone on loan, right? So we go with there. Chambers.
Don't even know.
Correct. Right.
Xabi Alonso tried to sign him in the summer. For
Who?
Leverkusen. What mad from?
Loan.
Okay. Now we're down to these four. Tyler Morton.
Sell.
Sell. How much are you looking for?
I'd say you probably get 12 to 15 million. He's a class player. He's a brilliant
He's
player,
very
but
good.
I think he needs a few years in the championship to eventually end up at a Fulham or a West Ham or something.
Cool. No worries. 12. I'll give you 12. Carvalho.
Sell.
15.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably getting 15 million for him, yeah.
Vandenberg.
Sell. He's gone anyway, isn't he? It looks like that's already down the line.
I think that ends up at 10 million, not 20 though.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
And Nat Phillips, I'm going to give you the present of 5 million for Nat Phillips. Are you willing to accept it? Yeah?
Yeah. No, I keep around just so we can keep slagging Liam Gallagher.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said for that.
What more than 5 million?
So there's a couple of loans there, a couple of keeps, but that would give you 15, 25, 20. That would give you 42, which would leave you on, it'd leave you on 59 million, which is quite good. Keith.
Yeah, very similar to Seany actually with the youth players there. So we'd keep Jaden Dans.
All right, I'll call them to you. Dans.
Keep.
Clark.
Loan.
McConnell.
Loan.
Doak.
Loan.
Scanlon.
Loan.
Beck.
Keep. Yeah, sorry, forgot about him. Keep.
Ramsey's gone on loan. Chambers.
Loan.
Right, Morton.
Sell. I had him down for 10, so nice to hear we might get a bit more.
12, I'll give you 12. Carvalho.
Sell. 100% sell. I have him down for 18, but yeah, look at 15 will do.
Yeah, and Vandenberg at 10, you good?
20. I think with Emmet there in his glasses and his suit, I think we can get 20 off someone. I think he's doing really
10,
well on
we're getting 10 if Seany rings them, but if Emmet does a Zoom call, we're getting 20.
Yeah, because he's got the actions and all this shit.
Yeah, and it's ish.
Emmet's kind of rock up to any potential buyer with Martin Foley and a shot comes out.
This is me,
I
mate.
used to live a couple of doors away from him, actually.
And I'm giving you 5 million worth of presents for Nat Phillips. Okay.
And Reece Williams, you can throw him in.
He's running out of contract. I'm not even going there. Like, genuinely.
How long is his contract?
I wouldn't say there's much left.
Well, he's out the gap. He's gone as well.
All right. So that would give you 15, 27, 47. That would give you 52, right? 52 million, which would mean that you brought back in, what did I say, 52. That will bring you back in. So it means you've made 46 million this summer. They're going to love you, Keith.
Keith's only doing that for a shot of Linda.
Yeah. Twitter will hate me, but Linda be all over me like a bleeding bad smell. Love it.
Right. Emma, here we go. Dance.
Keep.
Clark.
Loan.
Okay. McConnell.
Loan.
Doak.
Loan.
Scanlon.
Keep, but not for the.
Okay.
He won't be at the first team. Yeah.
Beck.
Keep.
Okay. Ramsey's gone on loan. Chambers.
Loan.
Okay. And if I'm giving you 12 for Morton, 15 for Carvalho, give me a price on Van der Berg because it's your own opinion, and 5 million for Phillips. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I've got 15 for Vandenberg.
15 on Van den Berg, 12 there, 15 there, and 5. So that's 15, 20, 25. That's 47. So 47. That means you. That brings you down to
Carvalho for 15 million as well.
Yeah, I have them down.
All right.
I have them down.
Cool.
So that would leave you with a 5 million net spent. and 25k left in your budget. So this is what we're all left with, and people can leave it in the comments or wherever else. All right. So Seany, you have a £59 million net spend. You have 190k less in the wage bill though, because you've managed around it, and I think the Gravenberch thing is huge. Keith, you've ended up bringing in 46 million, and you've 230k more, so that's another 10 million a year in wages. So you're saving the club 56 million this year. And we're in the Champions League, like they're gonna adore you. And Emmet, you have a net spend of 5 million, and you've kept 25 grand of the budget. All right, and your squads are as follows: Seany, Allison, Adrian, Billow, if I'm pronouncing that right. Trent, Bradley, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Kanate, Robertson, Hato. Okay, then you have Endo, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Elliot, Bajcetic, Joe Neves, and you have Jota, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, and Kudus. That's your squad. Keith has Allison, Adrian, and Restes. You have Trent, Bradley, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Kanate, Robertson, Lekeba, Endo. No, sorry, not Endo. Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliot, Bajcetic, Varela, Jota, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, Sula. Emma has ended up with Allison, Adrian, Sommer, Trent, Bradley, Gomez, VVD, Kwanzaa, Kanate, Robertson, Kerkez, Gertrude, Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliot, Bajcetic, Ugarte, Jota, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, Bakayoko. Is all happy?
Yeah.
You've done really well financially. Financially is really easy to do.
What would it take to sell Mo Salah for you? What do you think? What would need to come in?
I don't think it's what's coming in. I think it's what you mean coming in, player wise or money wise for him.
Money wise, like if an offer came in from, what would you look at? I'd do him for 60.
If Saudi Arabia are coming in, I'm not taking anything less than 80 million pounds. I don't care if there's a year left in this deal. Look, he owes you nothing.
I don't think Mo Salah is anywhere near ready to be going over there playing football yet. No. I don't think it's in his being. I genuinely don't.
I'd offer him a year extension on the same money, so guaranteeing him 2 more years at Liverpool on that money. But it can be looked at next year. I'd literally say to him, listen, here's another year, same money. So you're guaranteeing yourself your 350 grand a week for 2 years. But next summer, if you want to go, we'll let you go for this amount. And that's how you get him to sign an extension. And if next year comes and he's still flying, well, if next year comes and he's still flying, you can say, he says, I don't really want to go. Grant, okay, well, just run around.
If you could get a high quality Salah, you're keeping him and you're happy to keep him. The only worry, like I said, is the year left on the deal and the money that he's draining. It'd be a big lot of dough. Another one for you is, if Trent in his new contract says he wants to play centre mid, what he is doing?
Trent doesn't determine where he plays football with Liverpool.
I think Trent could determine where he plays for Arne Slot.
If he does, fair
the
enough.
Question is, would you sell McAllister then?
No. Would you sell McAllister if Trent wants to play in the middle of midfield?
Yeah.
No, I think whatever Arne Slot does, I think he finds. Not that he finds that sounds like you're spiting yourself to get someone.
When is Trent out of contract next summer?
Next summer.
Yeah.
So he has you over the barrel in a sense. So if he goes to Liverpool and says, look, I want to sign, but I want this contract, I want to move into midfield. Let's say Arne Slot plays a 2-man midfield. I don't think you could play a double with Trent and McAllister, because I don't think...
No, but you end up with McAllister in the 10. That's what you end up. McAllister plays for Liverpool in the midfield.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't sell McAllister. I was just wondering, would it be something like that you'd have to... I'm only throwing little grenades.
I know he's not going to speak out of school, but he did an interview recently and said that he classed himself more as a right back.
Yeah, well, I'd just say, Trent, you play in the middle, sign his new deal.
Sign that deal.
Maybe that's how.
In the middle of the sideline and the 18-yard box.
You play
But
midfield for the reserves.
but the thing is, like, I think, right, all this stuff about playing in midfield and all that sort of stuff.
It's
He
not. It's
actually,
drummed up by the media. It's all a
I know,
rubbish.
but
It's not how
when I
it
watched
is.
Liverpool playing, I understand why they done the inverted thing, trying to change it up a little bit. We were fucking treading water. We needed something, and it kind of worked for about 8 or 9 games, right? And then it didn't. Then it stopped working, right? And then we didn't really go back to it. And the thing is, like, he's so fucking influential from right back, and he sees so much of the ball that I don't see why there's a mad need for him midfield. Plus, if you're going to go in with 2 defensive midfielders or, stereotypical 2 sixes or whatever you're fucking doing in this system, it absolutely allows you for Trent to go forward even more. Do you know what I mean? And, like, it absolutely allows Trent to go, listen, I'm going on further. Mo Salah's ahead of me. He's going inside a little bit. That guy in the 6 is dropping in to fill this space. Do you know what I mean? And I still have me centre half there as well. It absolutely allows Trent to be, I think way more influential. Like, I don't think his influence on the game went up massively when he went into that midfield and started doing that. Honestly, I don't.
Well, I say we're gonna know in the next 6 to 8 weeks what the story is there with him.
Yeah.
Because if we're playing football matches and he hasn't signed a new deal, then I'd start to worry, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I've been worried
And he's
about it
going
a
to
little
play
while.
centre mid for that waistcoat cabbage in the summer. I think he's going to play in that team for England. I think he's going to play midfield in the Euros. I think he's going to start and play there.
I'd be surprised if he does. I think you might see it in the groups, but I think as that competition goes on further, I think Southgate's nerve will go and he won't put him in there. He'll go for something in there that's fucking, is a midfielder and can,
Southgate has never played him against a strong side. He's never played him in midfield against a strong side.
Southgate has thrown the kid under the bleeding bus, like, you know what I mean? So
they're all absolutely fucking mooning themselves over there, thinking that he's a midfielder. He's played against Bosnia and Herzegovina and a few others in there. Wait till he comes up against Germany or in Italy or Holland or someone like that. He'll get absolutely run around.
We'll have to wait and see. But for me, I think it's huge for the club and the new manager that Trent, Virgil, and Salah, whether good or bad, has to be kind of. This has to be fucking sorted.
Virgil's been very vocal about how much he's on board. Salah's post on the last day of the season would suggest that he's in it for the fight. We've seen little and nothing from Trent. I do think Trent's ego is out of hand, in my opinion, from just a little bit of it. I don't like the way he goes on. I said it on shows already. And I think the club should be putting a bit of pressure on him because, look, forget about this, or if he goes this, that and the other. He go to Madrid and he'd be the first. He'd be torn and ripped to shreds over there. It's not like Bellingham and this, that and the other. Look who's operating that right back for Madrid now. Danny Carvajal. They want war horses. That's what the people get all this allure of Real Madrid and this. They've bought loads of attacking fullbacks down the years, and only 2 off the top of my head have really stood out and shined. And one was Marcelo. You look at any other Real Madrid team through the past, your man Quantrell's fucked out. They signed Odriozola for big money, never worked out for him. They've a lad there, Miguel Gutierrez, who was at Girona last year. He was going to be sold because he's just the Real Madrid DNA, and it's why they're always there in the last stage of the competition, is that because they're so solid. I don't think Trent, he's a lovely pass for the ball, and he's probably the most creative fullback you've ever seen, but it's different when you're playing for Real Madrid, and that's where I kind of can't get me head around it. Look who Nacho lifted the Champions League for Real Madrid. Not mad fancy, like just balls to the wall defenders. Look at Rudiger, Ramos in the past, like, you know what I mean. So
do you think they signed Alphonso Davies?
Yeah,
I think they're horny for him, but my point being, if you're going to have him on the left, you need especially a solid right back. So that would again sort of count against Trent, unless he decides.
And he's not getting into that. He's not getting into that midfield either.
No, Jesus, no.
But the thing is, the thing is with it all is, and listen, we can argue over Real Madrid and how good is he, and I think he's fucking exceptional footballer. But I don't really fucking care about other clubs and where you
Yeah,
go.
I'm with you.
The biggest thing for me is that I'm not into Trent, any of those three, going into this season where they're going, oh, what's happening with him? Because you know what's going to happen. They fucking concede a goal or they draw the game, and the media are going to pile in saying, oh, look, the uncertainty over these contracts. And you know it's going to happen because Klopp's fucking held them in the media in the palm of his hand for the last 9 years. They're only fucking dying to jump in here now, and you know, forget about clickbait and fucking, you know, Chelsea and Newcastle or Man City. If you have a Liverpool manager on the rack, you're making fucking money, and that's where the media look at these days. So Liverpool, as smooth as this transition they wanted to be with the style of play and the systems and the type of guy he is, it needs to be smooth. It needs to be smooth in the terms of what players are there and how committed they are and how clear their future is, because these are going to be like flies around shite. I'm telling you now, they're going to be like flies around shite on this fella as soon as he, you know, whenever they
By
find
the
him
way,
and
Kev,
bring
I'm
him in
not
to do an
saying
interview.
Trent can't defend. I just don't. It's not the asset that he does switched off in Champions League final numerous times. He's been at the back post. Defending's not a strong point. He's a maverick. That's what he does. He controls games from right back. That's where the whole ideology of pushing him into midfield for me is lunacy, because whenever he's played in that role for Liverpool, it's blunted him in terms of his effect on the game offensively. Like, people just want to play him in the midfield because he can ping a ball. Football doesn't work like that. He struggles with what's going on behind him when he's playing fullback, where it's literally an area of the pitch where there's a least amount of pitch behind you. You're on the edge of the 18-yard box to the byline, whereas you're playing in the 6 and you have fellas running off you. It doesn't matter how well you can ping a ball. If you haven't got the instinct to track runners or sniff out a bit of danger, which he doesn't do. So, in no way, shape or form is he an ideal 6 in any bleeding system,
Six.
because
Oh,
yeah, he doesn't receive the ball like a midfielder. He doesn't turn on the ball like a midfielder. It's not like Badger who was a centre back, but you could see when he was wherever he got his football and education, he's able to turn on the ball in midfield. He has yards. Trent hasn't proven to be able to do that. Whenever he's playing for England in the middle, he's right on another run around that, and he's just pinging balls out against Bosnia and the likes. Let's be honest, or Gibraltar. Like, I've seen bleeding Jeff Hendrick run games against Gibraltar. Doesn't mean I play him centre mid for Liverpool. That's just the God honest truth.
Yeah, and like, in fairness to him, like Anthony said, you can coach him into a midfield beast. Yeah, I agree. I think you can coach players into anything at any stage. Again, I go back to it. Like, I'm not in this conversation for Trent or right back in midfield. I'm in a conversation of that guy has 13 months left on his Liverpool deal, and I want to sort it, because all this could be fucking, you know, a waste of time if it's not sorted. Then, and for not even the players, you know, not even for the players, for the manager, and the new kind of hierarchy that are there now, and the new era that's about to, you know, start very, very soon. You need these things, ducks in a row. You need them. And again, I go back to it. If we don't have these ducks in a row, I'm telling you now, all these pricks in the media are going to line up and go, there's button number 1 to push, there's button number 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it might be. And the less buttons you have, the better. And they're always going to have one button, and that's going to be Arne Slot, because he's not Jurgen Klopp. And we have to remember that. So doing all that sort of stuff, I think, is huge.
I know he hasn't promised for the last, like Owen did for the last 18 months, that he's going to sign a new contract, Trent. But if he doesn't sign one and tries to leave on the cheap, does it take away from his
Not my
reputation?
opinion. No, not for me. Not for me.
I think it does.
I
think it does.
I've
no issue if he wants to leave, but sign a deal before you go.
Yeah, maybe so. But you see, it's not how it works anymore, because people just go to players now and go, here, we'll give you this amount of money. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
but that's what I mean. So we'll know
and then he knows in his heart of hearts, he just goes, I don't sign that deal, and they'll either sell me or I'm thinking, and they're all in. Look, that's just how it works now.
It's hard for fans to accept the Bosmans, you know, the players leaving, but I think clubs accept. I think Liverpool are okay with players leaving for free. Do you know what I mean? If they do, they get not their value, but they get enough out of them over the time they're with the club. And I don't think you can argue about Trent's output for Liverpool. He's there since he's a kid. He's done brilliant. He's won everything. I think it'd be a bit weird.
Probably deal what McAllister done at Brighton last year, sort of. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
sign the deal after the World Cup, but
I
if
have it
something
now.
comes in, I can go. Yeah, I have it now, and that's what I think Liverpool should protect themselves in that regard. And in the same space, say to Trent, look, I'm probably going to pay you an extra 4 or 5 million a year, if you stay on anyway, and then you can go then next year do whatever.
Little
I
jet
don't
comes
think
on in.
Trent's won everything at Liverpool. He's been excellent, but I, I I love him. He's probably my favourite player in the squad, but it's not like it's not like the threat of losing a Gerrard lads for me, or even an Allison, or a prime Mount. It's not like that by me. He's been brilliant there, but like we seen Bradley be brilliant when he came in as well. So look, I wouldn't be over. I'm not overly worried about it, but if we're kicking ball and he hasn't signed on, then I think that's when you
I
go.
think it has to be sorted before the ball's kicked in
Yeah.
possibly in pre-season. To be honest with you, like Kev's going on there about the deficiency and stuff, and Tarek says everyone says he's not good here and has deficiency there. Geez, we might as well sell him already. Obviously not a good ball player. No, that's not it. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a fucking brilliant footballer. Let's make no bones about
He's
it.
a unicorn.
He's a fucking
but it's
brilliant
easy to
footballer.
replace a unicorn because you
Right.
don't need to replace them with another unicorn. Do you know what I mean?
But
So
the
you
thing
replace him
is-
with a right back or you replace him with a midfielder.
But the thing is, right, with Trent, right, all this stuff about him going into midfield, he's never fucking played in midfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold started off as a right winger as a young fella. He might have done a little bit in underage, but he's literally been playing at Liverpool since he's 18 years of age. 6 years now. And he's played about 10 games in midfield, boys, right? It's all because he's a brilliant range of passing. He's this, that, and the other.
The David Beckham effect.
Genuinely,
It's the quarterback.
look at him. Look at the games he plays in that area, and then look at the games he plays at fullback, and he's way more influential at fullback. Does he have defensive deficiencies? Yes, and why is it? It's because of the style of play he is. It's because he's always high up the pitch. It's because he takes risks. It's because he wants to influence games, and Liverpool allowed him to do that by leaving space in behind them. Players get beaten at the back post. Yeah, loads.
Yeah.
But hold on, I've seen Joe Gomez. I had a massive thing with Joe Gomez playing as a fullback because I think he constantly gets beaten at the back post. Like, you'll always find something wrong with a player, but you have to look at it this way. Come here. If Gary Neville, if you were talking about Gary Neville now today, or 15 or 20 years ago, whatever it is, and saying he gets beaten at the back post an awful lot, I'd be worried because Gary Neville don't fuck all but defend and do the odd overlap on Beckham, so Beckham could use him as a decoy, right? Then I'd be worried because he's doing fuck all else for you. But when you have a player that's doing that much damage for you in an offensive sort of game, and you're pointing out he's getting beaten, in behind the odd time. Of course he is. He's not a fullback standing there waiting for you to come at him. He's a fullback having to chase you 60 fucking yards, and you're probably giving you a 20-yard start because of the style Liverpool play. The argument for him going into midfield, though, is a bit of a mad one. I've watched him a couple of times in midfield. On the ball, excellent. With it facing the play. On the ball with his back to goal, not so good. On the ball, off the ball, horrendous. And I'm telling you that now, horrendous. Because what happens is they target him, they take one touch by him, and they're gone.
Runners all
They're
over.
gone. He can't. And I've seen it in the flesh looking at him. They target Trent in that midfield because his actual awareness in midfield as to where things are going to happen is not good. It can be coached. But all this thing where he has to go into midfield for me is a bit fucking mad. It's a bit mad. And England are only entertaining it because he knows he's not going to fucking pick him at right back because he hasn't got the balls to. That's the only reason he's being entertained in midfield. He's a brilliant footballer, but his best position for Liverpool, and I'll stand by it every fucking day of the week, is a right back. But you must make sure that you give him the tools to go and influence a game from there. I don't think it's easier to do that than put him into midfield and leave yourselves open. That's where I am on it.
All right.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
His
no.
legacy.
Yeah, people think you can just play him midfield. He can ping a ball. Doesn't work like that. There's so much more to it. That just is. And he's 25 now. It's not something you're gonna really coach into him, I don't think. Because
But you know what?
If teams
A
are
lot of
parking the
people
bus, you can.
use.
But if you have a team that are happy to sit back, happy to sit in there and hold you on the break, watch them. Do you know what? You nearly want it to fucking happen and watch it in front of your eyes. Because honestly, teams that sit in and go 10 behind the ball, we're not fucking interested. We're just keeping the score down. Play them wherever you fucking want. Play them centre forward. But if you have a team that are coming to Anfield and you see it, where they come in and they go, we're going to be solid, but we're going to go bang, bang, bang in them 3 areas. Right? I guarantee area number 1 is where he's sitting. I'm telling you that now. Because he's not a midfielder.
People will say, Javier Zanetti done it, Philippe Lam done it, Joshua Kimmich done it, but they're all defensive players. Do you know what I mean? Like Trent, the defensive side isn't a strong point. You're looking at him in midfield for his creative side. I just think, he'd be ran all over in there. But look, we'll see what happens, because Slot might want him and he might want to stay right back.
I'll put it this way: there's a load of centre mids that can play right back. There's loads of centre mids that can play right back. There's not many right backs that can play centre mid.
No.
And you have probably the likes of Javier Zanetti probably done it successfully. You can count on one hand how many of them. Philip Lam, Joshua Kimmich, Lam, it's not really.
I actually think
there's way more to it than just having a passing range.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
I get that, but I actually think in the setup,
anything you potentially get out of him anyway playing in midfield, you get more out of him the same thing playing him at right back anyway.
And he's literally playing, when he plays right back, right, he literally plays about 15 foot to the side of where he plays in midfield. Simple as that. He's literally 15 feet away. And I actually think
I'm not saying
if he comes in with that system,
if the situation comes where we have to literally make him the highest paid player at the club, I would follow it up. I would give him a contract, but I wouldn't be doing it just to bleeding curtail him and put him in the midfield. It saves nobody. Doesn't save Trent, and it doesn't save Liverpool. So I don't get why anyone would want to do it. That's why I can't make sense of it. To be honest.
Bit of criticism here. He's Robin Maguire. So Liverpool are the ones who haven't offered Trent the contract.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'd be very surprised if there hasn't been contract talks going on for a little while. And to be honest, let's be fair. When Klopp gives that news in January, right, players are probably going, hold on a fucking minute, let's have a look here. Which they're within their rights to do. It's a completely and remember, Trent has played under no other manager than him. Nobody. He's literally as big as influence on his life that's leaving the club. So he's every right to. And listen, it might be a case of let's just put it on the burner for a minute, and they've picked it up again. Nobody knows what's going on with contracts, whether the club haven't offered one or he doesn't want one or they're all in talks. We don't know what's going on there. But I want them signed because I actually think he gets a bit more freedom again in a Liverpool side if they go in with 2 fellas in the middle of the midfield that are just there to go, here, we win everything and give it to the front 4 and our full-backs or whatever else. I actually think it's...
Trent flourished when we had Fabinho there, giving them the bit of cover in the midfield. We haven't had that, and Konate's having to do too much of the work to cover him. If we can sort out the other areas, Trent can do his damage from the deeper areas, but... We have to do more.
We all said that if we had more legs in midfield, we got legs last season, but we didn't bring in an out 6.
Yeah.
So I think if we can sort that out this summer, we get back to where we were, say, 3 seasons ago.
Well, look, it's an interesting one. I'm sure we'll be probably doing shows in the next couple of weeks on persons signing contracts or still not signing contracts. But fair play to his lads. He's done well tonight.
Put a lot of effort into it. A lot of graft.
Yeah, financially he's done well. The names he's put in. A few new ones in there which I was really impressed with. So I'm sure the fucking comments afterwards will be giving out fuck about you. But listen, that's
the reason why I'm selling Simicast as well, because he's shy, by the way.
He hates him.
Alright. Let's not beat down the bush. The fella looks like he hasn't had a fucking night's sleep since he signed with Liverpool. So get rid.
Out the gap. I watched Ireland against Greece and he was actually excellent in that game. I was at the match. He was brilliant.
It was Martin and James McLean and Bleeding Bill O'Hurley. Will give it all.
But what I'm saying, my point is there's a player in there just not at Premier League. I think, go to Italy or go somewhere else and he'd be a good player.
Right, we're gonna go. We've done an hour and a half.
That's
been it. Talk to you in a bit.
Alan Hansen. Can we mention Alan Hansen before?
Oh yes, sorry. Go on. You can mention Alan Hansen.
Oh no, poor old jockey, yeah, took ill. Very look. You don't want to speculate. Nothing's really come out, but what you're hearing is seriously ill and in intensive care. And for a lot of people, like of an older generation, Alan Hansen was king, and then I was supporting him at not the tail end of his career, but later part of his career, and he was the number one defender for me and yourselves as well. Very sad news. He's a young man. Harshly gets fucking remembered for went out with kids, carry on. But I think Alan Hansen, fingers crossed, can pull through whatever he's going through at the moment, and hopefully we hear some positive and good news. Unless there's been anything while we've been on, thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family.
Absolutely. For a certain generation of people, when it comes to Alan Hansen, this generation go on about Virgil van Dijk, and the generation before tell you to watch Alan Hansen. So that's how good Alan Hansen was. If you think about it, he was unreal. He was a joke of a fucking footballer. Cruised around the fucking place, defending, on the ball, attacking, everything about him. And look, he's not well. Hopefully, look, whatever's wrong, he's got to the attention, the medical attention, quick enough that he's probably got to the stage where he's.
I think to be honest, lads, I think he's been sick for quite a while.
Yeah.
Somebody did say that to me earlier. They seen a picture.
Yeah, I remember.
I
have to be honest with you, lads. I remember I seen Van Dijk whacked up a picture with him maybe last season. He met him after, and he looked poorly. To be fair, so
well, look, you just hope against hope that whatever attention he needs, he's getting, and if he's getting that the medical world are unreal, in what he can do for people. So hopefully he pulls through. He's not like, he's not someone where he's 80 years of age and you're kind of going, look, he's not well. What is he? Is he mid-60s? Would he be?
60 odd, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, some good news comes on Alan Hansen in the next couple of days. But we are, you just think about his family and his friends, teammates, and stuff like that, and we'll see how we hope he pulls through. What's going on now? We're gonna go. There will be shows this week. We'll let you know what they are tomorrow. Because we're meant to be doing transfer stuff, we're meant to be doing this, and there's nothing fucking happening. And we'll probably get bang into the Euros in the next week or so. But we're trying to keep as many shows as we can going. We're trying to do the likes of this and whatever else we can come up with in our heads, we will as well. But look, thanks to Keith, thanks to Emmet, thanks to Seany, thanks to everyone in the chat. Hit like, subscribe, do what you like. Talk to you in a bit. Over and out.